All right, so I'll call the meeting to order, and if you call a roll, please.
Sure. Comet, Charnas,
Here.
Vincent,
Here.
Harry,
Here.
Silver,
Here.
Klein,
Here.
Duber.
I am present. So I'll make a motion to appoint Jared Holzman as part-time firefighter paramedic. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Chief Wilson, do you want to say a word?
Yeah, we're looking for the appointment of Jared Holzman to the fire department tonight. Jared is on your screen. I do see him. Jared is a 240 firefighter paramedic, a fire inspector. He's a tactical medic, and he's a member of the SWAT team where he works full-time. Jared works full-time at the Aurora Fire Department, where he's been a firefighter and a paramedic for 13 years. He lives in Aurora with his wife and 3 children. Did I get that right, Jared?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Usually
right.
we let the candidate introduce their family in the audience.
Yeah.
I don't know if your family's like in the kitchen or anything.
They're actually right here. You want to stand up and say hi? There's Lexi, Michaela, and Kiara's coming in. There's the 3
girls.
kiddos.
Beautiful.
And Amanda. It's my wife.
Beautiful family.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
So do you know Dave Cooley?
I know of him.
Okay.
All right. Does anybody have any questions or anything? All right. If not, if you would call roll, please.
Charnas,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes.
Jared, it's unanimous. Wilson, you want to, are we going to introduce?
Amanda do it. What is that picture that Amanda's put up here?
I don't know. It looks like.
Blintz with marinara sauce. Wilson, is our other candidate going to be here or do we want to
He
wait?
was supposed to be here. I do not see him on here. Anna, do you see William on
Well, let
here?
me see
William
if he's
busy.
in the waiting
William's
room.
busy.
No.
No. So maybe he had to go on a call or something. I don't know.
Okay, so does that mean you want to still try to have council approve him tonight or?
If you want to move him somewhere else in the agenda at the bottom in case he shows up. If not, we'll push him to next week.
Council President?
Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll push in and see if he shows up.
Okay,
Just-
Jared, we're going to take the oath of office, okay? So if you'll
Okay.
raise your right hand, I hope you're standing.
I'm not, but then you won't see me.
Sit down, sit down.
Hey, that works.
I
Uh,
state your name.
I, Jared Holzman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear.
that I will.
William, it's Chief
support
Wilson.
the-
How are you?
Mute.
Hey, you need to be on that Zoom call like right now.
Sorry.
Hey, Chief, mute yourself.
Wilson, mute yourself.
Okay, that's okay. I think I muted him. Go ahead.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the rules, regulations, and charter of Orange Village
the rules, ordinances, and charters of Orange Village
and regulations,
and regulations,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and Steve knows I botched it, and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a part-time firefighter paramedic
as a part-time firefighter paramedic
of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance of said office.
Jared, I know I kind of messed that up, but none of that takes away from the seriousness and importance of what you've just agreed to represent the Village of Orange and be our safety first responders. So welcome aboard. When you talk to Wilson, he'll figure out how to get you the badge and how to proceed.
Okay, I will.
Thank you for joining our community and keeping us safe.
Thank you so much.
I have William on the phone, Anna, and he says it's been sitting on trying to get into the meeting for 10 minutes.
He's not on the waiting room.
She says you're not on the waiting. list.
Ed has a meeting from March 3rd, so if he.
Yes,
types
that's
in
what I
the-
told Anna.
See, that's what the,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that's
has the-
weird.
He has the link for March 3rd. Is it the same?
Did I screw that up?
Have
Obviously.
him type in
I'll tell you what,
the,
just go ahead and I'll give him the new link and see if he can get on.
Wait, is Wilson, I'm sending you the link, the number right now. Hold on, if I can find your email.
You want me just to read it? I can read it out.
There, I just sent it to Bob.
Now, move on and let them come in a few minutes.
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, how that happened.
Yep, not a big deal. All right, so we'll punt on that for a second. I'll move to make a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of March 3rd, 2021. Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you. Does anybody have any comments?
I just have a really quick question on it. Under the mayor's notes, it lists the Orange Community Recreation Education Meeting Committee. And I know that was to look for somebody to be a part of that. I'm just wondering if you ever found somebody to be a part of that.
Thanks for asking me. Our new Orange Village representative to the Orange Community Education and Recreation Board, if you have any recreation issues, her name is Amanda Glavin. She may come in and report once in a while. If she has anything to say, I'll repeat it, but it's Amanda Glavin, and I think she's going to be an active participant and a good member. You know her, Stacy?
I do.
Is that a good choice?
Very good
You have
choice.
to say yes, you're on a public meeting. Okay.
Very good choice.
Stacy, did you just know the answer to the question that you asked?
I did not. I really did. I promise.
I'm kidding.
only attorneys do that.
Any other questions or comments about the minutes? Okay.
Darn.
Then why don't you call roll, please, Anna?
Okay, hold on. Okay,
William Strizzi.
Charnes,
yes,
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes,
Duber.
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of March 10th, 2021. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Anybody have any comments on the minutes? Nope. All right. If you call roll, please, then.
Charnes,
yes,
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
yes,
Duber.
Yes.
Randy,
All right.
we
It looks like
joined.
we could go back to to William Struzzi. So I think you're there.
I'd like to tell council that we have about 45 people on our roster. You've authorized 50 plus officers. We try to keep it filled so that the shifts get filled. So that's why there's a lot of coming and going.
Thanks, Mayor. I'll make a motion to appoint William Struzzi as part-time firefighter paramedic. Is there a second?
second,
Thank you. Chief Wilson.
Yes, we're looking for the appointment of William Strizzi tonight. William is a 240 firefighter and paramedic. He is currently employed in East Cleveland Fire Department, where he was hired back in December of last year. William also did 4 years in the Marine Corps, where he was a combat engineer, and he did 2 combat deployments. William lives in Cleveland. I don't know who with.
That's my job task.
Mayor, do you wanna, or
Mr.
I guess
Strizzi,
we could go ahead and why don't we go ahead and call roll first, and then we can. So Anna, if you'd call roll, please.
Okay, Charnes,
yes,
Vincent,
Thank you for your service. And yes.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Perry. Perry? Where is this?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
thank you for serving our community as well, and welcome aboard. Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Duber.
Yes. Welcome aboard. Mayor, did you wanna?
William, we're going to take the, administer the oath of office to you.
Okay.
Are you standing?
No, I'm not.
Is that a part of it, Steve, or am I just used to doing it at council chambers?
It's not legally required.
Okay.
You just
All
need to
right, we'll just
administer an
stay
oath and-
comfortable. Sorry,
Okay.
Jared, if he's still here. Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, William Strizzi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the rules, regulations, and charter
the rules, regulation, and charter
of Orange Village,
of Orange Village,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a part-time firefighter paramedic
as a part-time firefighter paramedic
of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
You will get together with Wilson to get started. Welcome aboard. Congratulations.
Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate you joining our Orange Village family.
No, I really appreciate the opportunity. So thank you all again.
Oh, and you will get a signed oath of office suitable for framing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And again, welcome aboard. All right, let's move on. I'll make a motion to authorize the village engineer to prepare plans and advertise for bid the 2021 concrete program. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Brian?
Okay, the 2021 road program is going to be the reconstruction of West Ash, which was last overlaid in 2002. It's the only asphalt overlaid road in Orangewood. It's served out its life. It definitely needs to be redone. The concrete repairs, our concrete repair program every year, we put in for the county maintenance, as per the cover letter provided. You know, if we were to spend the full 100,000, which I highly doubt we ever get to, you know, we would receive $42,000 back from the county in material costs. And then the third part of our program is the last little leg of the service department driveway, which goes out to Pike. There's one section of gravel, basically right outside the salt shed. We would just complete the driveway there and pretty much finish up everything over there as far as the complex, what we were planning on doing. But that's basically the program this year.
And one correction, it was 1999 on West Ash overlay. So we squeezed an additional 3 years out of there.
Brian, I have a question. What's the 73,000 that says Orange Village was awarded for the program, but then you say 42 in the cover letter?
For the concrete portion, every year we put in for maintenance. That includes asphalt, concrete, crack sealing, street striping. The concrete repairs that we put in for was totaled out to $73,000. The $100,000 would cover other streets, not county roads, because we can only get reimbursed for county roads.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I just want to say thank you. I know this was a big issue for residents on West Ash. They were very eager to have this happen. So thank you for getting that together.
Any other comments?
Stacy, people complain to you about the streets in West Ash?
Yeah.
I probably know every single person lives in West Ash, and I heard not one word.
Stacy is the new Francis. Everybody reaches out to her.
That explains it all. Okay.
Doesn't that explain it all?
I plead the fifth.
All right, any other comments? Okay, and if you call roll, please.
Karenus,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. I'll make a motion to authorize a change order to CATS Construction for the expenditure of the recreational trail extension on Orangewood Drive in the amount not to exceed $469,684. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Brian, do you want to discuss this or?
Yeah, that's fine. This is obviously the Orangewood extension. What we met about. If you remember back in February, we asked CATS to give us a preliminary number. It was over $530,000 at that time. We were kind of talking a 6-foot trail, 5-foot trail. We kind of had them give us a price for both. Once we kind of finalized everything, we went back to CATS, basically told them that, if they have to see my number, or we were going to go out to bid with this thing. So obviously they sharpened their pencil and was able to shave off, $60,000 off of their other cost. Again, my number went up slightly from 458 to 471 after we talked with all the residents, a couple extra trees, some extra stuff that went in. But all in all, their number came down once they had plans in place.
I'd also like to point out that we have, I think it's 70,000, 40 and 30 in contingency money that we may not spend. We'll probably spend some, but there might be a lot of that not spent.
Yeah, there's some items in there, extra trees and stuff just in case. But we do have a $40,000 discretionary amount in there too.
All right. Anybody have questions?
How soon will they, once we approve this, Brian, how soon do you see them mobilizing and getting started with the work?
Not 100% sure. I would have to put out the fact that we awarded it, but I would imagine mid-June. It might be sooner, but I mean, just not knowing what their work schedule or what projects they already have and what they're already going on.
Is there a milestone schedule that once they start, what their timing is to completion?
There is, I think I gave them 70 days, 75 days to get it done. With a completion, I want to say it was late August at the absolute latest.
Okay.
Any chance we'll go to assessment this year, or should we not try to push?
I am if they can get in here earlier, I really think that this is going to go much quicker. If you remember, Emery and Lander, because you're not dealing with swales or anything, Emery and Lander went very quick compared to Brainerd and Harvard. When because you're basically coming right off the curb grade, it's pretty straightforward. There's not really that much stuff in the way, so we should be okay.
Did you meet with all the homeowners that were in that right away in that same area, every one of them?
No,
Anybody that requested the meeting, we met with.
And what you have in here resolves any of their concerns or
Mhm.
Awesome, thank you.
And most of the residents have been told they'll get a letter when this project starts, and if they have questions during it, we'll meet with them.
Brandon, we didn't hear you.
I was just saying it resolves their concerns as much as they can be resolved. I mean, some people are still obviously, completely and adamantly against this, which doesn't matter what you do, but
True.
I think we made efforts to resolve all their concerns.
We try every way we can.
Do we need to add the clarity though? We authorize the expenditure of 469, but you can see the balance of the 5 million proposal. It's 5,141,000. So worst case scenario, 141,000 would be coming out of the 406 infrastructure. We don't use that contingency. We'll shave that number down, but I think that's important to point out that. And Steve, I don't know whether they have to authorize that infrastructure expenditure separate from the 5 million.
No.
I'd defer to Dana about appropriations if we need to address anything. They're coming out of different pots of money, obviously.
Well, we'll have to amend the budget when this all comes out in the wash.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that you need to do in the motion tonight, is what I'd say.
We never have, Bob.
I have
I
just
just want clarity.
one other question too. Line item 220, it just says officer with car. Is that just to redirect people in traffic, or is that a security thing, or is this typical to have in construction?
We will have an officer with a patrol car. They can use and request an officer. For the most part up there, they shouldn't need one. At certain times, when they're out on the Harvard intersection or something, they can request it to slow people down, or especially the first day or two, pushing people through, but they would schedule that. We put in a contingency that if they need it, they can use it.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you all for doing that. Anna, if you could call roll, please.
Hang on. Karenus,
Yes.
Vincent, Harry,
Didn't hear you.
Yes.
Silver, sorry, Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes,
Duber.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. All right, moving on to audience comments relating to agenda items only. Anyone? Nope. All right. So let's move on to, there's no old business. So new business, ordinance 2021-5, an ordinance authorizing the village to participate in the Ohio Department of Transportation winter contract 018-22 for the road salt, and take any other action necessary to participate in the bulk purchasing of road salt for the 2021-2022 winter season, and declaring an emergency. This is on for first reading. Mr. Zugan, you want to chat about this?
Sure, pretty much routine. We've done this for a number of years. It's the best bargain, I think, for the village. It's bulk purchasing through the state of Ohio, and we're a participant as a political subdivision. This year, we anticipate 1,500 tons. That's the midline. And again, just a reminder, we have to buy at least 90% of that to a maximum of 110%. We will start the season with a full salt bin. We achieved our 90% this year, so I have, at bare minimum, 1,800 tons on hand. That's pretty much it. The only thing I need to add, that there is some time lines in here. All this has to be electronically put into the state of Ohio prior to April 30th. So we'll either need suspension of rules tonight or defer till next week council meeting and suspend the rules then.
Thanks, Bob. I'm going to make a motion to suspend the rules. Is there a second?
second,
Thanks, Lisa. And if you'd call roll on suspension, please.
Karenus,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
yes,
Duber.
Yes, and I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 2021-5. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks. Anybody have any comments, questions, concerns, anything? All right. Roll, please.
Karenus,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
yes,
Duber.
Yes. Moving on to audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village. Anyone? Nope. All right. Mayor comments?
We do have a couple things for next week. One of the architect on the Architectural Board of Review, Eric Newland, who has been a really great member, is moving, and we have interviewed, and Judd helped me, and Bob McLaughlin helped, and we interviewed. And next week, we'll be asking you to confirm the mayoral appointment to the Architectural Board of Review. She is a licensed architect. We'll talk about her next week. There may be a few other things. We still have to meet next week. And I can't think of anything else to tell you that hasn't gone out in the e-news recently. That's it.
Thank you. I think I really have much to add. So we'll go on to committee reports, comments by council members. Ms. Perry.
I have no report tonight.
All right. Mr. Silver.
I have a quick question for the mayor. I haven't received one of your Friday update calls in quite
Haven't
some
made
time.
one this year.
Are they going to be resuming at all? Is there any thoughts of resuming them?
If I have something to say.
Okay.
I mean, I
think-
stopped the weekly. I
get that, but I think people found them helpful. I don't know, just something to consider resuming.
Yeah, but I don't know what to, yeah, I'm happy to do it when there's something to say.
Okay. And Brandon, I just wanted to see if there's any thought or consideration to resuming meetings in person at all anytime soon.
We haven't really discussed that much. I've had some conversations about it. You know, I probably would, I don't know. I'll discuss it. You know, I kind of want to make sure that if we're going to do that, ideally everybody that would be there would be vaccinated. I don't want to necessarily get into anybody's personal business as to who is and isn't. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
When does the authorization run out, Steve?
I think 1st of July.
Although I've heard that they might extend it, but we'd have to go in person if that expires with no replacement.
So, yeah, I mean, I think for at least the next, you know, month and a half, there's probably not going to be any change, but we can kind of see after that what's going on.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean,
Might as well know that we're not going to have the salute this year.
Okay.
That decision had to be made at a point where it's not conceivable that it's going to be possible. If everything gets better, we'll do a community event in the fall at the park. But when the decision had to be made, it wasn't looking definite.
All right. Do you have a preference, Brent?
To meeting in person or virtual?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I have a preference, no. I mean,
Okay.
nice
All
to
right.
see everyone in person, but
I like seeing Scarlett.
Yeah, she's not coming to meetings. So, all right. Well, we'll chat about it.
yeah,
We can talk.
thank you. That's all I got. Thank you.
We can talk about it. All right. Alan.
Don't really have anything other than Zugan depressing me by talking about winter of next year already. We just finished. So thanks, Bob. And Brian, that was a great job on getting the bid down. It looks like it came down. I was looking at the old bid that they had of 10% or even probably a little more in a market where the material costs are going nothing but up. So great job on that. And look forward to seeing those trails go in. So that's it.
All right. Thank you. Judd?
First of all, I want to thank all of our service people and in Orange Village for the great work that they do, fire, police, and service department. They do a great job and support us in every way possible. And I want to continually thank them for their effort. I do a report on Planning Commission, met last night. There will be a couple items that will be coming to council next week for consideration, both of which are variances. One is for a front dining room addition that was pretty de minimis and easily approved by the Planning Commission. The second is a garage, an addition to a house. That one had a little more controversy to it and a lot more discussion, and we may hear a little of that at the council meeting next week. However, it was recommended by the Planning Commission for approval. The other thing I wanted to mention is tomorrow night, Thursday, April 8th, will be the first meeting of what we have now named the Orange Village Committee on Racial Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, or the READY Committee. We'll be meeting on Zoom. Anna has sent out or made available the link on for the meeting tomorrow night. And all of you are welcome to attend and participate in it. And tomorrow night's meeting is largely going to be focused on organization, introduction, and sort of overview of what we have in mind for this. And that's all I've got to say about that.
God, where is that meeting link?
On the-
Zoom.
What did
It's
you
on
say?
the website on the homepage.
Thank you.
I think we're, the people that are coming to the first executive session, I think they're signing into this meeting. Is that right, Anna?
Well, they'll sign in, yes.
Okay, so.
Sign in with
almost done.
name
I know
and-
Brandon did.
Yeah.
We have to wait for them to get on, Brandon, before we move on.
No, understood. All right. Thanks, Judd. Stacy?
Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful Passover and or Easter. Little school report, the mock trial team Deadpool, named after Marvel characters this year, went all the way to the Final Four at States. And we have 2 Orange Village residents on the team and 1 sort of Orange Village resident. She's actually just across the street on Miles. So congratulations to Peyton Weiss, Chloe Haddon, and Mia Peterman. Both Chloe and Mia won Best Attorney in the State. So Steve, watch out. We got some great students coming after you. Reminder about the free meal option for both virtual and hybrid students. We don't want anyone ever going hungry. So please check out the Orange Schools website for more information on that. And I think we posted it on our website at some point too. Commencement this year, for those of you looking forward to another graduation, will be held at the football stadium on May 30th. It had been held at Playhouse Square the past few years with a virtual ceremony last year. So it will be back at the school for those of us that graduated from Orange and well, we're supposed to have the stadium. We ended up in the gym, but it's back to the school. The contract was with Pink Gorilla Balloons, which is owned by Melissa Miller, who actually spent 10 years living in Orange Village and had three students who graduated from Orange schools. The new spirit store at OHS is open for business. If you're looking for spirit wear, this is the place to do it. It's a wonderful collaboration between students and the PTA, giving students the opportunities to have real world experiences and still support the PTA programs at the same time. So if you want to check it out, go to the link on the website or Facebook page, check out the video, order online, and students and or staff will meet you at the curb so you can get your new spirit wear. The next school board meeting is April 12th at 6. And one more thing, I want to second Judd's gratitude to our multiple service organizations. And just to touch on the Ready meeting tomorrow night, I want to thank, first of all, Judd for all of his hard work and constant willingness to go the extra mile. It's been a lot of work, but I'm really eager and ready to listen and learn and work together to begin the conversation that will challenge each of us to open our hearts and our minds. Orange Village resident Roderick Ingram Sr., in a special to the Cleveland Jewish News, wrote a beautiful article entitled "Teaching Us to Love Humankind." He writes, quote, "If absence makes the heart grow fonder, imagine what upfront resilience would make us ponder. Before we act, before we say, before we think anything, we think about love." So with that said, I look forward to meeting and collaborating with my fellow residents and hopefully many of you tomorrow night. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I will then make a motion to adjourn to executive session to consider confidential information related to marketing plan, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiations with other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance, to discuss with the chief of police details relative to the security arrangements and emergency response protocols for a public body or a public office, because the matters discussed could reasonably be expected to jeopardize the security of the public body or public office, and discussion with the law director regarding a matter of pending or prospective litigation. Is there a second?
As long as I don't have to repeat all that, I second it.
I agree.
Thank you. Anna, if you call roll, please.
Charnes,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Stuber.
Yep.
Do we have to name the people, Steve, that are being invited into executive session?
No.
Well, I don't, Steve, I don't see our team on. I see Matt, Stu, that's it. Bye, Amanda.